Welcome to Spooky Nook, one of the largest indoor sports complexes in the world, with 30 basketball courts, over 4,000 athletes participating, and over 540 teams. It's a spectacle of competition. But in this sea of athletes, how can you stand out? Hi, I'm Coach Keith Mondillo, with 30 years of experience in college basketball, coaching, recruiting, and mentoring student athletes. I've seen it all. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most common questions I get. How can I stand out at this massive event? This massive event at Spooky Nook this past weekend, it's high school girls basketball AAU. How do I stand out? Parents and athletes often think that simply showing up at an event like this is enough to get discovered by college coaches. But let's be real. At an event like this at Spooky Nook, there are over 30 courts, over 4,000 players, and coaches moving around constantly. How can they possibly notice you in that sea of talent? I always say, how can a college coach know that you're playing at 9 a.m. on court 27 on the blue courts back at Spooky Nook? Well, that's exactly what we're going to address today. In this video, we're going to talk about how to get discovered. I'm going to show you a step-by-step process on how to stand out before, during, and after the event to make sure that you get noticed by college coaches. So preparing before the event, the most important part of getting noticed at an event like this at Spooky Nook this past weekend is before you even arrive. You need to be strategic and plan ahead. Now here's how. A couple points. Know your schedule. First and foremost, you need to get your game schedule ahead of time. Look at the game times and court locations. If you're on court 26 at 9:45 a.m., that's a tough time to get noticed by coaches who might be scouting elsewhere or maybe not even be at the facility. A tip would be, if your game's during peak time, when more coaches are likely to be around, like late morning, early afternoon, prioritize those games and how you play. Create your recruiting resume. Have your recruiting resume and highlight video ready to hand out. Coaches won't have time to search for your information. You need to make it easy for them. Maybe include like a QR code on your resume that links directly to your highlight reel. It's quick, it's easy, it shows you're tech savvy. If you know how to do those types of things, it pays off. And then reach out to those coaches before the event. If you know specific coaches will be attending, email them in advance. Let them know when you're playing, where you'll be playing, and include a link to your highlight video. Here's a tip. Be concise in your email, but show enthusiasm. You want them to know you're serious and ready to compete. I get emails all the times prior to these events, and it's extremely helpful to have courts, times, jersey number, jersey color. All that is extremely helpful, especially when you're out recruiting and you're trying to find somebody that might be that diamond in the rough. So step 2. What to do during the event. This is when you need to really shine. Here's how to stand out and catch the eye of college coaches. First of all, you have to play with a purpose. It's just not about being flashy. It's about playing smart and efficiently. Coaches want players who understand the game, not just those who can hit big shots. Show off your basketball IQ and play with your team. A tip would be play consistently and be a team player. Coach will notice effort and how you contribute to the team dynamic. Most AAU club tournaments, a lot of prospective student athletes believe that they need to score all the time. That's not the case. Play with your team, be effective. All right, show up early. Get to the court at least 30 minutes before your game. Coaches, we often walk around before games, and if they see you're working hard and focused, It shows dedication. Look prepared and professional. A solid pregame routine goes a long way in showing a coach that you're serious. Another thing that I always like as a coach, and I know my peers do, be vocal and positive. Coaches are looking for leaders on and off the court. Be vocal, help organize your team, and be encouraging. You don't need to be the loudest person, but make sure you're involved and positive. Another tip, stay focused and composed under pressure. If you lead by example, coaches will notice. Just don't be a mouthpiece. If your actions supersede some of the words that you're saying, coaches will notice. The next step, stay engaged on the bench. If you're not playing, stay active and engaged on the bench. Coaches will notice your energy and attitude. Even when you're not on the court, your attitude is one thing you can always control. You can't control the officials. You can't control how the other teams are playing. And sometimes you can't control how you're playing. But the one thing you can control is your attitude. Take care of your body. Events like these are long. Coaches notice if a player's starting to fade. You know, this tournament this past weekend was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not a lot of coaches are there on Sunday, but a lot of the ones who hunt are really there every day. And they can see players that are getting tired. Make sure you're hydrated, you're eating the right foods to maintain your energy level. Bring healthy snacks, protein bars, fruits, water, to keep yourself fueled all day. So, the event's over. After the event, what do? Your work's not finished, not even remotely. Here's how to stay on a coach's radar after the event. Follow up with the coaches. Send a thank you email to every coach you interacted with. Let them know you appreciate their time and mention something specific from the game. A tip would be remind them of your highlight reel and update them on any new stats or achievements since the event. You need to stay engaged. Keep sending updates on your progress, whether it's a new highlight footage, academic achievement, or just some crazy stat you want to share. Be patient but consistent. Another tip would be don't bombard coaches with emails, but stay active and make sure they know you're still interested. Ask for feedback. If a coach expresses interest in your game, don't hesitate to ask for feedback. This shows that you're serious about improving. A tip would be instead of asking, did I play well? Ask something more insightful. What can I do to improve and better fit your program? The biggest tip I can give you is use social media wisely. Engage with coaches on social media. Follow them, like their posts, and occasionally comment, but don't overdo it. Be professional. Keep your posts focused on basketball. A tip in this would be keep your social media clean and just focus on athletics. Coaches want to see your commitment to the game and commitment to your team. Be prepared for the next step. Keep improving and continue your training. Consistency is key. Make sure you're ready for the next event. And remember, recruiting is a process, not a one-time event. A tip would be, if you can, attend more events to stay visible. But always make sure each game is a chance to showcase your best self. You don't need to go all over the country to get noticed. If you want to stay locally, collegiately, your tournaments that you're going to be in your local area, most of your coaches at the Division II and III level will be there. There you have it. To stand out at an event like Spooky Nook, you have to be proactive and strategic. Just don't expect to be discovered. Take control of the process. And make sure you're visible before, during, or after the event. One of the things I didn't mention earlier was after a game, if the NCAA rules allow it, if it's the last game of your day, and depending if it's an open or dead period at Division 2 or 3, you can talk to coaches. I know at the Division 3 level, after your last game of the day, you can talk. So be engaged. Thanks again for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more tips on the recruiting process. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. The one last thing I'll leave you with is, if you're looking for more resources, the one thing I'm going to link in the description below is your post-settlement NCAA recruiting playbook. This is about the NCAA versus the house settlement. It'll give student athletes an idea where they fall when it comes to NIL, what to know about what's going on in the new house settlement. But also, I invite you to visit my website at keithmondillo.com, where you can discover a full range of products and services designed for student athletes and their families. That's at keithmondillo.com. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer anything I can. Whether you're just starting this recruiting journey or you're ready to take the next level and really accelerate your recruiting, please go to keithmondillo.com. I have everything you need to help you along this journey. I appreciate your time.